Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is V. If you're new, welcome to the family, and if you're old, thank you so much for coming back. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys and telling you guys how I'm going to be planning my studies for the winter break. So I'm now home. As you can see, I'm in my home bedroom. I'm not at university anymore because we've gone on our break. So it means that it's time to crack on. I've taken about 2 or 3 days off because I wasn't really well. I had like a really bad cold and stuff, and now I'm ready to get back into it. I hate taking time off and not posting on YouTube, and I just hate it. So but I'm glad I did it because I feel a little bit better now. So yeah, I'm going to be planning my perfect for me revision timetable slash study timetable for the winter. I have 3 things that I have to be doing this winter that are very important to me and that I want to prioritize. The first one is my dissertation. That takes top priority above everything, so you will see that that is the thing I will be doing the most of on my timetable. The next thing, I don't want to say what it is yet because it's a secret, but I'm working on that. It's still academic, but I'm working on that as well. Doesn't take too much time but still needs my focus. And the third thing is to revise for my sexuality and gender exams, which will be in the first week when we go back to uni. So everything is due around the same time. I think my dissertation first draft could be due that first week. So let's just pretend my deadline is the 5th of January for everything. So I'm trying to work on that, and today is the 9th of December. So we're going to make that plan based on these days that we have. Okay, so let's get straight into our studies. Love you guys so much. Thank you so much for 90,000 subscribers, by the way. Like, what's going on? What is going on at 90,000? Okay guys, so the first thing that you need to do for this video to make your timetable for your winter study is get plain pieces of paper. I can't find any, so I'm just going to use my scrapbook that's Paper Chase so kindly sent to me. Maybe I can rip it out actually. Can I? Is this wrong? Uh-oh. Okay. Woo! Okay, so I'm using just 2 plain pieces of paper just in case I make a mistake. You might want to get a ruler as well and other bits, but I'm just a freehand kind of girl. Do you know what I mean? You just got to live your life and just go freehand. So I'm not using a ruler, but if you want to use a ruler, you go ahead and do you. Go, it's up to you. So the first thing you want to do is sit down and calculate exactly how many days do you have for this winter and exactly what do you want to do. So I just get my laptop here and I bring up my calendar and I literally count each square of how many days I have left until whatever deadlines I have. So this method of like my revision plan or study plan normally works with like 4 items, but you don't always have to have 4. If you don't have 4, you don't have 4. I have, like I said, 3 things that I'm focusing on. So the first thing you want to do is calculate how many days you have left before your exams or whatever. So I'm going to count mine now, you count yours, and then we will reconvene. I have 22 days from my counting. I didn't count Christmas Eve, Christmas Day or Boxing Day because I know I'll be in a severe food coma. My family will be around. It's Christmas. Be realistic with your timetable because no one's got time to be working on Christmas Day and you won't feel happy, so just don't bother. Do you know what I mean? And then there's a day when I'm in London away all day, so I already know I will not study and I'm not going to put in a study thing and then be sad when I don't achieve it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to be realistic with this. Now you've got to work out and be brutal about the exact things that you've got to do and how many things. So I've said I've got 22 days left, and in those 22 days I've got to divide it between dissertation, sex and gend, and the thing that I've got to work on. So how I'm going to divide it is I'm going to give 11 days to my dissertation. How did I work that out, I hear you asking? I've taken the number of days I've got left here and I've just divided it by 2. So just because the dissertation is the most important thing, it's going to take up half of the time that we have. And then I'm going to just divide the last 11 days between the other 2 things. But because my sex and gender class is more important, I'm going to give that 6 days to sex plus gen revision, and then that means I have 5 days left for my other thing that I'm doing, that's whatever. So that means that's how many days I've got to do my divisions by. I don't know how I've worked that out, guys. It's not so scientific. I use this method called the layering method that I learned from this book called How to Ace Your A-Levels. So I'm just like memorizing what I used to do roughly and just kind of adjusting it to what I've got going on. So you should do the same thing. Think about what's most important and allocate your time in that kind of way. Next thing you want to do now that you've allocated your timings is get that piece of paper that you had here, and you're basically going to draw like a calendar so you can keep it in mind, like how much you've done or how much you've got to do or whatever. So what you want to do now is get up your plain piece of paper and start drawing boxes. I'm going to do mine in boxes of 5. Wait, I'm going to go in 5s. I'm going to go in rows of 5. I don't know if you can see that so well, but so far so good. Okay, so the next part now is you want to start, this is the most important part, like how you spread out how you're doing it. So what I tend to do is I like to split it into like weeks. Like this won't make too much sense, but I like to focus on one thing for a few days, then move on to another thing for a few days, just like rotate. So I don't want to say this is the week for dissertation, this is the week for this. By the way, the reason I did this like this is because it's 22 days, so like 5, 10, 15, 20, 22 days. That's why I divided it like that, not because I think that there's 5 days in a week. I know there's 7, but I'm just, for this study, in the study world, there's 5. So what I'm going to do is start with dissertation for 3 days, I think, then do the secret thing for 2 days, dissertation for 4 days, secret thing for 1 day, then sex and gender for 2 days. So yeah, okay. I've got my, I don't know how I'm doing this, but in my head it makes sense. It's coming along, guys, it's coming along. We have all the days entered, so I've got 22 days, and that's how I'm going to divide them. And now I'm going to have to write in what I'll be doing on each day and what I'll be focusing on. So my timetable is done. This is all split into days. Yeah, these days obviously don't match the date of the calendar, but it's just like the day of. And also, if I find that something's not working, I can easily substitute any of these in for a different thing. So if I feel like I'm a bit bored of dissertations, I'll just switch it with sex and gender for that week and just, do you know what I mean? And yeah, so now what I'm going to do is put in exactly what I'll be doing for each thing in these days. So for dissertation here, it's going to be research. Here it will be write first paragraph or intro. Here will be research. Here will be, I don't know, go to the museum. Like, I'll write in exactly what I'll be doing for each of those things. And for the revision classes, like, okay, revise these 3 topics on this day, revise those many topics on that day, and yeah, that kind of thing. But yeah, guys, that is how I will be breaking up my winter study. I hope that video was somewhat helpful. I always realize that I ramble a lot and like I don't really get straight to the point with some stuff, but it makes sense in my head. It's just I'm trying to share with you how I'm planning stuff. It might not work for you, but it's been working for me, and I'm excited for this winter study timetable because it's not too like overwhelming. And like I said, once I've put in all the exact things I'll be doing on those days, it will make me feel a bit calmer. But I'm glad that I've got something to like work off and to know like 22 days. It's not a lot of time, so it will motivate me to like go and get started. So yeah, that's it. Now I'm gonna go to I'm gonna go get my nails done actually first of all, because I feel like I haven't had them done in like a year, and I just want to get them done. Then I'm gonna go to the library and print off like the things that I need for this stuff, like past exam papers, dissertation stuff, and then I'll come back home tonight, and I don't know if I'll take a break or maybe start doing some work. I don't know, but yeah, it's important for you to relax. Make sure you take a break. And yes, all of this stuff does matter, but this matters first. So your mental health, your well-being, and yeah, taking a few days out is okay. It is Christmas. Love you guys so much. Comment down below if this is helpful or not, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.